Hearts and Codes. Chapter 1. The Quiet Genius. The diesel hum of the generators carried across the camp, blending with the metallic clatter of machinery shutting down for the night. Elias Ward pulled his jacket tighter against the cool Canadian air as he walked the gravel path from the construction site toward the line of trailers that served as temporary housing. Another 12-hour shift, another day blending in. To the men around him, he was just another worker. Quiet, steady, dependable. Elias kept to himself, ate his meals in silence, and turned in early. A good man for the job. But when his trailer door closed and the lights dimmed, Elias's second life began. Inside his trailer, he moved with ritual precision. Steel-toed boots by the door. Thermos rinsed in the tiny sink. Jacket hung neatly on the hook. Then, from its hiding place under the bed, he pulled out a battered laptop. The screen came alive, washing his face in blue light. Lines of code streamed across the display, faster than most eyes could follow. To Elias, they were as natural as breathing. He entered a string of commands and watched the artificial intelligence model run its simulation. This wasn't simple recognition software. It was adaptive. It was learning. No one in the camp would have believed what Elias was building in secret, a program years ahead of anything on Earth. And Elias intended to keep it that way. He lived like this to protect it. Hidden in plain sight, moving from one project to the next, never staying too long, never letting anyone see the truth. Tonight the code was different, faster, smarter. Elias leaned forward, eyes narrowing as the model completed a prediction sequence in half the time it had the week before. He almost smiled. Almost. Then he shut it down. Even victories couldn't erase the risk. The laptop went back under the bed, the desk wiped clean. No trace. Outside, the camp grew quiet. Workers shuffled back to their bunks. The catering crew hauled the last trays of dishes from the mess hall. One of the men passing by glanced at him and called out casually, "Working late again?" Elias gave only a short nod, his voice low. "Something like that." The man shrugged and kept walking. Elias locked his door, sat on his narrow bed, and stared at the ceiling. Loneliness pressed hardest in moments like these. The projects gave him purpose, but not warmth. The men respected him, but didn't know him. And the AI, as brilliant as it was becoming, could never give him what he lacked most: connection. Far away, in a glass-walled conference room in Langley, Virginia, his name appeared on a screen. A photo, a file, a red tag that meant only one thing: priority. A man in a gray suit tapped the folder with his finger. "Canadian, off the grid, building something we need. We can't approach him directly." He'd vanish. The director's eyes shifted to a younger analyst who had just mentioned a name: Emma Clark. The director nodded once. "Find her. Bring her in. If Ward is untouchable, maybe she's the way in." Back in his trailer, Elias closed his eyes, unaware his life was already changing. For now he remained what he had always been, a man alone, a genius in hiding. But somewhere, a new thread had been pulled, tightening around him, drawing him toward a future he could neither predict nor control.